And in Mangalavaram, I want to mention this. Antagonist anagane, once they reveal you, you're like hyper and you, all of a sudden you show your true color. You are subtle. You are subtle, and at the same time you are showing your true nature with the eyes. That's one thing I noticed, and I was so amazed how well she managed that.
With so it's like sometimes I don't know. It's how he explained it to me. Like Ajay sir, no, how he explained that character to me, and how he said that, like he said, Divya, this is what I need. This is what I need. And sometimes so it depends on how I'm told, and how I'm and how you perceive little bit how I perceive in that character is there. I'm not saying it's completely them, but then it's sometimes you just take that guidance and you just follow your gut feeling. I don't know, if you ask me like why did I, how did you do that, I don't know the answer to it. It just came to me, like I just felt like doing that.
The situation and the other actors, everything syncs there.
And then you talked to, like Chaitanya was like we had to like discuss how you're going to do it, how you're going to be like so they are also very helpful. All my co-stars, Payal also, when I had to like Ajay sir, no, sometimes he goes a bit extreme. So there's a scene where I'm throwing Payal onto the ground, so I can't do that. And so like even though we've done fight scenes and everything, and like this poor girl, she's been anyways like she's mentally also, after a point you get very tired, and that character is tiring.
It's tiring.
And we were shooting at I think 1:32 a.m. Okay, at that scene where I'm like ordering to kill her, Champes.
Champesi.
Champesi. I'm saying, screaming and saying that. So at that time, I'm like holding her. So Ajay said, throw her, and I'm like, dude. And then I'm like, Payal, I'm so sorry, my dear. Is it okay if I can just do this? Like, can I hold your hair? Can I hold it? She's like, yeah, it's fine. It's fine. And she had, at that point, poor girl had already given up. She's like, I'm giving up. Do whatever. And, and then she was like, and, after that, I just gave her a hug and I was like, listen, I'm sorry, darling. And she's like, hey, it's okay. It's fine. And, and she was also like, and there was a connection, between me and her, even between me and Shravan also, like, when my boyfriend in the movie. So even Shravan also, like, he was like, so we have that, whoever I worked with, that's there in every movie that I have. It's so important that you have a good rapport with your co-artist, whoever you're working with, and, and everyone at the set, even, whoever it is, like from the light boy to the director, whoever, you have to be in sync. There's one person's, like that energy because it's an emotional thing that you're doing. Acting is emotional. So if one person's energy is like up and down, it affects you. And, and you don't want to be,
underplay or overplay.
Yeah, exactly. So in this particular scene that we were talking about, like, Chaitanya was very helpful. Ajay sir was like, okay, let's do this. And then we had a time constraint. We had to finish it up. And he didn't want to like drag it on and everything. So he had to be crisp. So there's a lot of, so before going to the set itself, I would read my lines and I would just try to be in that, particular mood. At the set, they might change the lines. Okay. But that's fine for me. I pick up on prompting in Telugu, especially. Other languages, I can remember the lines and I can change. Tamil is a bit difficult to change also, but Malayalam is easy because of obviously, and but Tamil is a little hard. I wouldn't say it is like, but if I know the like the backbone of what is happening, then it's easier to to change and to speak. So I was in that mode already. That like, okay, this is happening and this is happening. I'm in this mode and I'm going to like, attack him and he's going to, and at the end of the day, he's going to kill me. That is there. But my whole thing is killing will come later. I'm not thinking of that. My entire scene at that, my thing, that I should somehow escape from there. I'm only thinking of that.
Okay.
Killing is his reaction. I just have to show that I'm dead, and then we have our stunt people doing the falling off the thing and everything. They are doing that. I don't have to do that. Only thing is, my whole thing is how do I escape from this person? So that is all I'm thinking about, and that's what I was, and that's just I think that's what came into play at that point.
అండ్ దిస్ ఇంటిమేట్ సీన్ చాలా మంది యాక్టర్స్ ఇంటిమేట్ సీన్ చేసే ముందు వ్యూవర్స్ కి చాలా మంది తెలీదు. దే జస్ట్ కమ్ ఆల్ ఆఫ్ ఎ సడన్ దే కమ్ అండ్ దే డూ అండ్ దే గో అవే అలా ఉండదు. అంటే దానికి ముందు ప్రిపరేషన్ హౌ ద యాక్టర్స్ బోత్ ద యాక్టర్స్ టాక్ అనేది చాలా మంది వ్యూవర్స్ కి తెలీదు. ఓన్లీ పర్టికులర్లీ ఇంటిమేట్ సీన్ చేసే ముందు యాక్టర్స్ కి ఏ కైండ్ ఆఫ్ కోఆర్డినేషన్ అండ్ కాన్వర్సేషన్ ఉంటుందో ఫర్ అవర్ ఆడియన్స్ ప్లీజ్ వన్స్.
So in this movie itself, when I had to, okay, I'll speak about Kala first. Where that was my first. I had to do an intimate scene like that, like where with Tovino Thomas and me, and the director had. This is 3 months before when he came with this project, and he was like explaining to me. Initially I said no. I'm like, no, how can I do this? I don't know how to do it. I don't know you. I don't know. Like it's going to be weird. It's going to be awkward. Obviously, in your mind, you don't know the person. You're being intimate with another person. There's cameras in your face. No, I can't do it. No, I don't think I can do it. So I said no bluntly, and then he's like, no, listen. We all watch movies and we all watch this, and we, it's like any other emotion. First of all, first think of that. It's just another emotion. Like you're getting angry, you're getting sad. You can portray all that. Why can't you portray this? I was like, I don't want to because this is not like other emotions. You're like really close to another human being, and then
we don't do that in public.
And it's like it's awkward, like it's icky. And then he's like, okay. So then he kind of like broke it down to me, like these inhibitions you have to cut it off as an actor. First thing, this is what you are an actor. You cannot have the liberty of deciding what is icky, what is not. Sometimes you're in dirt, mud. We'll be like, at that time, what do you say? We are fighting in that scene, or if you're like falling into that, so you'll say it's icky. You'll not do it. I say no, that I'll do. Oh, that you can do. This you can't do. And then I'm like, oh, okay,
makes sense.
And then he was like, I was like, this is just like once it's cut, it's over. It's not like And I said no, but then millions of people are watching. How do I,
how they're going to take it?
Yeah, how they're going to take it? They're going to judge me. I said, why do you care? Why do you? And at the end of the day, you're an actor. You're portraying somebody else's life. It's not even like, So then I was like, yeah, it's true. It's true. And then I sat with Tovino, and then we had this conversation, and we like, okay, this is how we're going to do it. And when the camera is coming, some scenes you cannot like, and then there is we even discuss on how close do we get? How far do we get? Are you comfortable with this? Are you comfortable with this? And there's camera there. You don't feel any other emotion at that point. You're at that, like when you're naturally kissing or something like that, honestly, what he's thinking and what I'm thinking is my face at that time good? Is my, like, is this
my camera favor or not?
Yeah. Am I getting that? That is what you're thinking about. You don't have time to think about, oh my God, this kiss is amazing. No, you don't. You don't think of that. And sometimes you have to emote. The worst thing is when you have to be romantic and like this and do all this thing, sometimes you're staring at the camera. The camera is right over here on your face. And there is a person standing over that and there. So Tovino there's a video of what Toby has taken, like during the making, while we were shooting for this scene itself. He's like, you all think that, oh, this is amazing. There is a man who is like about 75 to 80 kgs on top of me, and I'm emoting, like, and the camera is like, it's true. And I had to do the same thing. I'm like looking at the camera, like sitting there looking, and he's down, and it's supposed to be like that, but I'm looking at a camera. And I'm like, and there's a man like standing there. There is no way that you can be like,
and he's like no emotion on his face, and he's staring at.
You can't see his face. You can only see his body, and he's doing this. He's like squinty, and you're like, but you have to be the most like romantic and. So that's the challenge. That's the challenge, and even the same thing for here also, like in Mangalavaram, when the first when Ajay sir said he's going to come on top of me, I said no, nobody's coming on top of me. I'm not comfortable with that. Then he's like, okay, however you both decide how you want to do it. You both talk and decide, and how I just want to capture that you both were. There was something intimate happening between you both. Otherwise, it will not make sense to my this thing. So he had told me back, like this, there'll be a scene like this. And I was like, can we not avoid it? And like, you know, all that. Initially, I was like that. And then he was like, no, but this is important. I only then it will make sense. Like how, like, you know, she's also, this lady is like, you know, such a going to the temple, praying and all that. But madam has an affair. Okay, so to show that, and I said, okay, fine. Yeah, and then so Shravan and me, we sat and we decided that, I said, Shravan, I'm not comfortable with you being on top of me. He's like, no problem. You come over me, and then you just, you know, it's like, because if it's the other way around, I'm not comfortable with that.
Okay.
That scene, I'm not comfortable with if it were the other way around. And they were open to it. They were like, okay, fine, you do whatever, you know, is comfortable with you. So I was like, okay, I don't mind being on top of him and then just going, and then suddenly I'm there looking, and I'm not exposing anything of much or anything of that sort. Like I didn't feel it, like, you know, it was like, you know, you wear clothes, otherwise
you
like
can adjust to your comfort if you're moving towards him.
Yeah, I can do that. Then like the other way, then it's going to be like little more awkward for me, like if someone's coming over me and doing that. So I was like, no, I prefer this. This is okay. And they were like, okay. What you come to a common ground, and you kind of like, you know, everybody comes together, and you're just thinking and working how does it, we have to make, and it worked, right? Everybody was like, oh my God, she was like, oh, she's like, you know, she's having an affair with this guy, and you know, all this.